Hey, what's up, everybody? So, I just got done, working on a spiritual discipline paper, specifically looking at Romans 8:28, and that's been the verse that Eileen and I have defined, what we're going to do, and it really, the summary is it speaks to you got to have faith, you got to have belief, you got to have prayer, and you got to trust that God has that plan, that He's working all things, and it says all things, and all things means good, it means bad. Doesn't mean everything's gonna be rosy all the time. Sometimes we go through storms in life, and that storm is meant to break you down just to the bare. Here's what you are. Here's the man you are to prepare you for the man you're going to be. And, that's what Stronger by the Day is about, is getting your order lined up. Faith first, then family, then fitness. So today, we're going to dive into that a little bit, talk about why that order matters, and specifically why faith first is the foundation of what everything is built off of. And it's not to say that family doesn't matter. It's not to say that fitness doesn't matter, because family is extremely important. And fitness is your ability to take care of who you are and help yourself to be able to grow and do the things you want to do and not quit and be able to physically show up. And that's important as well. So, I think, talk about why the order matters. I think a lot of us are trying to live our life maybe somewhere backwards. Some of us prioritize work, and I was guilty of that. And I ended up, great jobs, great titles, and came home to nothing to show for it. Maybe found a bottle of booze and I cuddled up with that for a while, but that was useless. But, we'll have to put our family first, and that's important. We don't want them to fail. But, when we squeeze in faith after everything else, even good things become heavy when they're in the wrong order. Like family's a gift. Fitness is the stewardship of our body that Christ gave us, and we got to take advantage of that. If your faith is last, you end up asking fitness to give you control, confidence, and security, not God, not relying on that higher power, that one that you are designed and destined to follow and trust. And as men, as the king of our household, as men, it is our job, our number one job is to lead our family to church. Lead them there, help them grow, establish a faith-based and Christian-based household, and that's the foundation that everything grows on. So once you have that faith in line, then family, right? So then we're going to support that. But, here's why the order matters. I mean, it's like, here's a real life check. I mean, ask yourself these questions. You've got everything so lined up, but you ask yourself these questions. I don't have time for God right now. Have you ever asked that? I'll get back to prayer when things calm down. When are things really going to calm down? My family's good, I'm good. Are you? I mean, really, like you're codependent on your family. Your relationship is with God. So, you need to really determine where that is. Or if my body works and looks feels a certain way, I feel okay. I mean, I can tell you as a physique competitor, I went out there and I was shredded, 8-pack abs hanging out everywhere, and I mean, just it wasn't there. Like there was something missing. That's great. I mean, I get a shiny trophy or a shiny plaque or a shiny medal, and so what? So I want you to hear this clearly. Like the order that matters, the order that we track to is faith, then family, then fitness. This is the backbone that I try, and I need to do better. I certainly do. I try, but I need to do better. But the backbone that I live my life on every day. Faith is the source, family is the assignment, and fitness is the stewardship. From there, let's break that down a little bit further. You know, Faith is where you receive your identity. It's where you receive your direction. It's where you receive your power. But faith is first. You're not running on fumes. You're running on all of that. You're running on presence. You're running on being there and showing up and being that Christian man that's going to guide your family, it's going to guide your household, and it's going to be that disciple. And there's books I read by an author, Manny Arango, and said, don't forget to be the discipleship. Discipleship. Everybody wants delivery. Everybody wants all that is promised without the stewardship of discipleship. And we've got to go out and disciples and give back. And that's where we start. So, and then family. Let's go to the assignment. family, that's probably the main place your faith lives out. You practice that faith. You lead with that faith. You show your family that these are the rules and the standards that we live by. We are a God-fearing family. And it starts with having that foundation and that faith that you can instill into your children, that you and your wife, or you all, that they bond with that. Eileen and I have had discussions like, we're both Christians and we talk about praying together, and sometimes it feels awkward. It probably feels kind of weird. But, I would love to get to a point, and I think you should. I had, a mentor of mine, he said, get down on your knees, hold hands and pray. On your knees. Don't let your praying knees get crazy. Get down there. Love becomes practical in family. Patience, forgiveness, presence, boundaries, servanthood, leadership, all of it. So, focus on that family, but lead it through faith. And then fitness is your stewardship. It's not punishment. It's not vanity. It's taking care of what God gave you physically on this earth to go do and put forward things He's asked you to do. Right? So, faith, family, and fitness. When faith is first, family becomes lighter, and fitness becomes just that much easier. So, let's make this super clear. When faith is first, you stop outsourcing your peace to other people. You start demanding that your body, prove your worth, and you stop living reactive. You live to glorify God. You live in that Christian frame of mind, and you lead your life instead of chasing it. And that's important. When family's second, you show more patience. You set healthier boundaries, and you live with that resentment because you're not empty, and you're grounded in that faith. And then fitness is third. You train from gratitude, not guilt. You stay consistent because it's connected to your purpose, what you're here for. Take care of that family through faith. And you stop quitting every time life gets busy. Everybody make an excuse. Oh, it's hard. I want to stop. And that's part of what, the storms we go through are. Get tested. Anybody can quit. Those that quit don't get anywhere. When you can show up every day, when you're getting pounded down on the ground and you feel like you can't go another step, and you put your on those knees and you pray just one more time, this is going to happen. And that's when it does happen. So showing up is important. And here's some signs. If you think your question, how do I know if my order's right? Like, here's some signs you may see or feel on a daily basis. Are you easily irritated? Do you have resentment? Like, just open resentment for people that you love and that you're supposed to be there and trusted for? Are you constantly feeling guilty? You swing between extremes, like you're all over the place. And your quiet time is only crisis time. Like, you only have downtime when you're in crisis, not downtime to pray and reflect. Like, do you wake up in the morning, the first thing you're doing is diving for that phone, figuring out what's going on, versus getting on your knees and thanking the Lord you woke up that day and you're ready for that day to come and prepare you for whatever assignment He's got for you that day. And that you can take all the lessons you learned and all of the things that you learned throughout the day and bring that to your family and help that family grow and leave that legacy. Because as a man, that is our job, is to lead our family, and the first place we lead them is to church and to be grounded in faith. So, we're going to be talking about Christian things, Christian disciplines, Christian spirituals, discussions, inviting people in that have, various different perspectives on Christian beliefs and how it's impacted their lives, have people share their stories. And I can't wait to continue to build this out and have more people come here and talk about how their faith and how that shift and how they thought that they were in the storm they could never avoid, and they were the storm that they never thought they could come out of, and when they came out, and it all makes sense. And that's the thing, when you're in it and you want answers all the time, our readiness may not be His timing, and that's all right. I I've got a story, and I mean, I told it a little bit before in some of these past episodes, and I'm certainly come up again. But I have built my brand, I built my reputation, I built the way I want to live on that order, and that's faith, family, and then fitness. And when that order is messed up, everything's going to feel off. Everything's going to feel heavy. You make time for that faith first thing when you get up in the morning, the last thing when you go to bed. And it's critical. It's important. So, I could keep going on about this. A prayer that kind of came up that I'll close out with this today is God helps us return to what matters most. Teach us to seek you first, not from pressure, but from love. Give us wisdom for our families and strength to steward our bodies with peace. In Jesus' name, amen. Till next time, see you then. This is Brett.